What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm taking a look at Riff Raff. Not the character from Rocky Horror Picture Show, but a movie called Riff Raff, which was released for the world to see and is now available. It does not have audio description, so this is more like if you're blind or visually impaired, sort of like a concept of if you really wanted to, could you make it through it? My retort to that would be, would you want to? Because now that I've seen it, I don't know why. So click like and subscribe. We're going to talk about Riff Raff. Please click like and subscribe. I need more people on my channel. That would be nice. Anyway, so this is directed by Dito Montiel. That's an immediate red flag that I missed. I'm sorry. That is my fault. I should have noticed that. He's not a good director. Sometimes in my reviews, when I talk about independent film and I talk about the possibility of directors, what I find interesting about independent directors is oftentimes they have a film, they put it out, and some of them become breakthroughs and they're offered like a Marvel movie to direct. And then others, it's just like, well, we'll wait and see. And then there are the films that, yeah, the first film kind of caught some attention, and so they continue to get funding for movies, and directors and end up getting these actors to work with them based on the concept that once they directed a good movie. Dito's one of those directors. His first movie, A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, is largely regarded as being a decent film. Everything after that is not regarded as being a decent film. I don't think he has another decent film on his resume, but he has been consistently directing since A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, as if one day he'll just magically wake up and his film will be good again. It won't be. He's since been responsible for Empire State with Dwayne Johnson and Liam Hemsworth. He's been responsible for The Son of No One with Al Pacino and Channing Tatum, I believe, and some films I honestly just haven't even bothered to watch, but don't do well on IMDb for the people who did. So this is my first Dito Montiel movie in a while, and yeah, it's not great. And just like his previous efforts, he has once again attracted a cast that is, it really makes it obvious that it's his fault, it's his problem. When you're working with this much talent, you should be able to direct yourself out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have this many actors, somewhere in there, it becomes not the problem of the actors, but it becomes a problem of either the script was never good to begin with, or the director has no idea what to do with it. One of those two things is true. I don't actually need audio description to be able to assess the fact that this movie is poorly written and poorly directed. It has a huge lack of understanding of what kind of genre it is. It's trying to be a dark comedy. It's not really funny. It puts a lot of effort on Jennifer Coolidge, who's not really even the star of the film, but it gives her sort of a lot of stuff that you would expect Jennifer Coolidge to have and to say. A lot of unfortunate dialogue that she tries to do the most with. Very sort of randy behavior, very overtly sexual content coming from her, even though she's involved in this underworld with assassins who worked for the mob, which is what fuels the plot of this film. So the basic plot is that Ed Harris is off living his life with his family, and Bill Murray is an old work acquaintance of him, and Murray's son was killed by Ed Harris's son, and now he wants revenge, and he's going to work his way up. He's trying to find where Ed Harris is, but this character, Ruth, played by Jennifer Coolidge, who knows both of them, kind of gets to Harris first, and is surprised to find out that he's got a new wife, played by Gabrielle Union. And we have, along for the ride, also, in addition to those four cast members who are already big enough on their own, we also have Lewis Pullman and Pete Davidson in this film, just to top things off. There are some other actors too who are lesser known, but that's already sort of like a peak amount of talent. Like that's 6 actors who you should be able to do stuff with, some Academy Award nominees, Emmy winners. Like there's some stuff happening there that if you can't pull that off, I don't know what we're doing here. So uh none of this really works. Murray is in a horribly miscast role as like this mafioso type. Um Even Pullman as Rocco is sort of like a weird choice as the one who may have committed the crime, so to speak. Harris having these weird sort of conversations. I mean, he's been great before in these sorts of roles, but he doesn't have he's not being given really any direction to bring any levity to the role. It just kind of feels like somebody cast a random assortment of actors together and threw them in a movie together. Just the fact that Ed Harris and Gabrielle Union are paired up is just, to me, one of the oddest pairings I've seen in a long time. Um, and although Ed Harris and Jennifer Coolidge, I don't know that that's necessarily something else that I would naturally gravitate toward anyway. So they're just really, there's nothing here. This is one of the weirdest, dullest movies that I was oddly excited about because of the cast. I was like, oh my God, how can this movie not work? Well, this is how the movie cannot work. It squanders all of the talent. Nobody is allowed to do anything that they're actually strong at, except Jennifer Coolidge is being asked to lean far too much into her dumb blonde thing that she sort of built her career on to begin with, but she's become better than, and now they're struggling to sort of balance where she is now as a woman of a certain age, I guess, with I don't know, Stifler's mom. They're trying to, it's like trying to bleed complexity into Stifler's mom, and it just doesn't work. There's something about this that works. You can put audio description on this, but I still wouldn't recommend it. So there's no here. Dino Montiel is one of the worst directors, I think, currently producing film on a consistent basis. I didn't realize he was still working. I've totally forgotten. I was like, oh God, is he still directing? Shit, I should have looked at who the director for this movie was. Yeah, this is not a good film. So the one saving grace is I did actually like, and I also kind of felt bad for Jennifer Coolidge, but I haven't seen a lot of amazing supporting actress performances yet this year. Not one that has just really blown me away. So sort of with a combined her trying to make something out of this caricature that she has nailed in the past, that has been sort of emulsified almost to the point where it's this goop that she's trying to like play with, where she's, some of the lines that she has are just like, God damn. It just, some of the things they make her say are just, I just like want to give an award for like having to put up with shit. That should be like an award. Like, I mean, I know she can read, she should have read the script, and maybe it read on paper and she was like, oh, well, that could be funny, or I can make that funny. And then she was just directed down to this performance. And I don't know, it's just, there's nothing good about Riff Raff. I wish there was. The only thing is that the talent here is, it makes you just kind of feel bad that they're in the movie, because you can see that universally that they all want to try to make this a good movie. It's like they all showed up and they're like, oh my God, I know you, I know you, I know you. And they all know that they can act. But it's like they're being led by like an idiot king that is directing them to play against type in non-constructive ways, to where it doesn't make any sense, and they're not allowed to do any of their strong suits. I've seen Murray has range to him, I mean, he has the range, but he's just so oddly out of place in this as like a mob boss. He's not really threatening or anything like that. And I don't really buy that he ever worked as a hitman in that field, you know? Uh, I don't know, the Riff Raff, I don't know what to do with you. I would, if I'm talking specifically because, films are, I guess, subjective and you may like it, um, surprisingly, it's not as dialogue driven as I would have thought it was with a cast like this. There are scenes in which you won't necessarily know what's going on. There are scenes where maybe somebody's let off to be killed and you don't know, were they? The ending is just kind of abrupt and not a whole lot of resolution that would leave you to know 100% without looking it up, without having to do the work. You're gonna have to do some work if you're blind or low vision and you want to try to sit through this for some reason. I just wouldn't recommend it. It's just not a good movie. So yeah, I it's probably like a D plus C minus for me. Yeah, sorry, Riff Raff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.